Weeds are something that trouble every gardener in the world. They compete with crops for light, water, and nutrients and can host pests. Head gardener Stella Fear of Holland Park, London, is going to show us how to keep the pesky plants under control. Step 1. You will need a fork, a hoe, a trowel, weed membrane, chipped bark, and weed killer. Step 2. Physical controls. Perennial weeds. Perennial weeds are ones that live from year to year and usually have fairly extensive roots. Examples include nettles, brambles, and thistles. Weed control starts with winter digging before the first crops are grown. Cut down any woody perennials and dig out their roots as thoroughly as possible. Burn or remove the plants from the site entirely and never make compost out of them. Physical controls. Annual weeds. Annual weeds complete their life cycle in a single season, perhaps a number of times over, meaning they constantly reappear. To remove annuals swiftly from larger areas, you must use a hoe. Ensure that your hoe is sharp so that the plant is severed from the root rather than just pulled along. If possible, choose a dry day so the weeds wilt quickly once hoed. Try and keep the hoe in the upper surface of the soil so as not to drag up more seeds to germinate. If you wish to be more thorough, such as in an ornamental plot, use a trowel, coming in at the side of individual weeds to loosen and then pulling up gently. Step 3. Cultural control. Mulching. The best way to combat weeds with mulching is to combine an artificial membrane with an organic one. Buy some weed membrane from a garden centre and cut it to the size of your plot. Cover this with plenty of bark chips or other organic mulch to create a complete physical barrier to weeds that keeps the soil warm, moist, and looks attractive. You can cut holes into the membrane so that you can still plant into the bed. Step 4. Chemical control. Most professionals would discourage using chemicals to de-weed your garden. It can be useful for in-between paving, but remember it will kill any plant, so ensure you apply it directly to the weed and nothing else. Choose a still day to prevent any drift of the chemical. This should leave your hard-standing features weed-free. Done!